to work with them is honestly the highlight of my career.
Me and Tobey arrived and all of their arms were just open.
I had butterflies with Tobey and Andrew, hoping they would sign up.
How they became supervillains, it's just so funny.
I fell into a super collider. Gotta be careful where you fall.
Welcome back, everyone. It is pizza time o'clock. Sony is dropping the Spider-Man No Way Home Blu-ray in April, and they released this special features trailer with a bunch of Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield deleted scenes just to get everyone hyped up. There's a whole bunch of Easter eggs and a bunch of deleted scenes of all this stuff. So I'll break it all down. We already know what all the bonus features are going to be and which scenes got deleted that they're putting back on, because there were a ton of deleted scenes that probably will not make the Blu-ray that we found out about. A lot of Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Matt Murdock Daredevil. As you can see, obviously they put a little bit of Matt Murdock Daredevil in here. They're finally using the 3 Spideys to promote the movie. Wondered how long they were going to wait on that. If you're brand new to the channel, I am doing a giveaway for the Blu-rays. All you have to do to enter is just be a subscriber and leave your favorite moment from the movie on the video. I don't think we need a spoiler warning for the movie because Sony is using everything from the movie to actually promote it, so I think we're way past that. Surprisingly, I've still seen a couple comments on videos the last couple of days, people that have still not seen Spider-Man No Way Home. Somehow they managed to not see it. But this is the full list of bonus features that are going to be on the Blu-ray. Now, I know you're like pausing the video, zoom enhance to see the really important stuff, but I'll draw your eye here, zoom and enhance to this part. The 3 Spideys hangout scene, Happy's very good lawyer scene, and the extended interrogation scene. That's where most of like the really, really cool deleted scene stuff is.
He is chomping at the bit.
Oh my God.
Look at this guy.
I just can't, and it's been killing me because of the whole secrecy thing, because I want to go around and go like,
Now there's a lot of featurettes on this too, where Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield will be talking about coming back, all the Sinister Six villains, Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Jamie Foxx's Electro, and just everyone geeking out on each other's versions of Spider-Man and their movies. Because everybody that was part of this movie is such a huge fan of each other's Spider-Man franchises. But one of my favorite things from this new trailer is that they revealed that they actually did the 3-way Spider-Man pointing meme. And Andrew Garfield actually revealed that he was the person that came up with that idea. He said that one day he just came to set and just did it, was like, just go with it, dudes, just go with it. You can actually see that Tom Holland tripped while they were trying to do this. Somehow he tripped while they were just pointing at each other. And the really cool thing about Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield coming back is that Kevin Feige said that that was the idea really early on. Now, it took a little while to get things going, but despite what a lot of news sites were saying a couple years ago, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield said that they were on board almost immediately from the jump, the minute that Marvel called them.
Revisiting, you know, what was part of my history and getting a chance to like come together and a way to revisit and just to get back into that. And I don't want to say like close the chapter, but revisit and have certain resolutions and just join in this like loving creative spirit.
The only questions that most of them had when they were signing on were what was the script going to be, what were the scenes actually going to look like. But it was around December 2019 when they had signed on to the movie, so more than 2 years ago at this point. I can't remember exactly when I posted my first Tobey Maguire Andrew Garfield video, but for the longest time during 2020, there were just rumors that Tobey Maguire was waiting to sign on to the film. Turns out, nope. Turns out he signed on December 2019, just like Andrew Garfield. As for the actual deleted scenes, the 3 Spideys hangout scene is just a much longer alternate version of them all just hanging out, literally, as the title implies. They overshot everything, so there's just a lot of outtakes of them just doing all their different scenes together. The writer said the first time they actually meet each other in the movie, all 3 of them meet on screen on the top of Midtown High, they had to rewrite that scene about 10 different times just to get it right. just because they wanted to nail the emotionality of what was going on in this scene for Tom Holland's Peter Parker and not make it feel too comedic or over the top. Because it would have been really easy to do that. Tobey Maguire actually said that that was his big concern when he was signing on to the film too, is that it wouldn't just be like a hello, it's pizza time, and then he'd leave.
It rides up in the crotch a little bit too.
Making Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's versions of Spider-Man integral to the actual plot of the film. The Happy's Very Good Lawyer deleted scene is just part of the Matt Murdock Daredevil extended scenes. It's meant to take place after the actual Daredevil scene that we got in the movie, or the Matt Murdock scene, however you want to think about it, because he acts as Daredevil, but he's not wearing the costume. He's really there to help Peter Parker and the others as Matt Murdock, lawyer by day. With just a little wink at his Daredevil abilities catching that brick. Jon Favreau actually revealed what was going on in the deleted scene version of this, though. If you don't remember, a billion years ago, Jon Favreau played a version of Foggy Nelson in the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie.
Listen to this. Eyewitnesses say that Quesada was singled out by the demonic vigilante known as the Daredevil.
I don't know why you read that trash.
I've been hearing stories about this guy for years. There's got to be something to it.
What, like the alligators in the sewers?
There are alligators in the sewers. Don't ride my ass about the alligators. I got a friend in sanitation, okay? He's seen them.
In the theatrical cut, Matt Murdock tells Happy, you need to find a really good lawyer, and that's kind of what they end on. But in the deleted scene, they just go on and make more references to the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie in the Daredevil Netflix series. Jon Favreau said that he has some dialogue where he talks about having a foggy memory, and that's meant to be a reference to that Ben Affleck Daredevil movie. They also have a deleted scene with an extended version of the interrogation scene when Damage Control is just laying into them about what was going on with Mysterio's drones. I don't know if it actually made the Blu-ray, but during a version of that, supposedly Matt Murdock shows up at the end of the interrogation to help Peter Parker. Then they go back to Aunt May's apartment and he explains to them what the situation is, the version that we saw in theaters. Some of the deleted scenes that did not make the Blu-ray, just looking at the titles of some of these, are the alternate ending that they did for Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's characters. The writers also explained that they plotted out endings for each of their characters that were a little bit different, so in the theatrical cut, the spell sends them back to their original universes. There's been a lot of argument as to whether or not they would remember Tom Holland's Peter Parker. They would definitely remember the multiverse and working with another version of Spider-Man, but because Doctor Strange's spell was meant to erase everyone's memory of Peter Parker, there's now a lot of question as to how they're going to handle that during Spider-Man 4 when they get to that next movie. Especially when Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield come back in other future Spider-Man movies, because separately both of them did say that they would be coming back eventually. But what was going to happen is that they were going to actually do legit post-credit scenes for Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. And during those, they were just going to show you in their own universes what was going on with them next in their continuing storyline into the future. Like, a lot of people have been calling for them to make Amazing Spider-Man 3 now because Andrew Garfield was so amazing during the movie. Like, how can you not do Amazing Spider-Man 3 now? His whole arc in the film was sort of getting over Gwen Stacy's death, more fully embracing the role of friendly neighborhood Spider-Man that Gwen Stacy wanted him to be, as he said. Which is kind of what's happening to Tom Holland's Peter Parker in the MCU right now. He's becoming the more friendly neighborhood Spider-Man version of the character. I've already talked about all the Andrew Garfield Morbius Easter eggs. During The Amazing Spider-Man 2, at that time, Sony was also setting up a bunch of other spin-offs. There were a bunch of Morbius Easter eggs, Venom Easter eggs. They were going to do versions of all those characters in Andrew Garfield's universe of movies. So now that they bridged all the different movies using the multiverse, it's a lot easier to bring those actors back, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, for some of the other extended current Sony films right now. There's just a lot more opportunities where they could take Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man in the future of all these movies. As for Tobey Maguire, he has his own version of a movie that almost was, but it was Spider-Man 4 in his case. We actually know a lot about what the plot of that movie was going to be. Vulture was going to be the main villain. What would have happened when he went back is they would have just teased more about what's going on with him currently in his universe. The way he explained it is that he did have a family, like it was a little harder, but he eventually made it work, as he explains to him. He didn't say that he had a daughter with her yet, but they could do the Mayday Parker character from the comics through Tobey Maguire's character. Mayday Parker is his daughter that then gets his Spider-Man powers and becomes a version of Spider-Man herself in the future. Tobey Maguire also said that when he signed on for the film, he specifically asked the writers of the movie not to get in too deep as to what happened to his character after the events of Spider-Man 3. Like, don't give away all that Spider-Man 4 story or what happened in between those movies. Mostly now because they have the opportunity to tell that in other future Sony Spider-Man films. Like, don't give away the milk for free because then people won't buy the cow. People won't buy those movie tickets if they already know what the story is. I've already done a bunch of other deleted scenes videos for the movie, so I'll link some of those at the end of this, especially the Venom deleted scenes. I believe they're releasing the movie on digital next week, so once they do that, I will do like a much longer version of these deleted scenes videos with the actual scenes themselves. And I will do a couple rounds of this giveaway in my next couple of Marvel videos. Everyone click here to learn about all those Venom deleted scenes in Spider-Man No Way Home and alternate post-credit scene, and click here for my full Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness trailer video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.